Hello everyone, and welcome to 5 tips to improve your blaster's gameplay. I'm not going to waste any of your time, let's just hop right into it. Tip number 1, positioning. Positioning yourself well is very important, yet I see a lot of people online just sort of standing wherever they happen to be and not paying attention to where they are, and that you could be having a much better time dodging and not getting hit in general if you just pay attention to where you are, right? So let's start off explaining how to position yourself as a fighter. If you're a physical fighter, try to position yourself behind the boss so that you have a slight bit of extra time to react if and when the boss goes to attack you. You should also try to stand on the opposite side of the boss that your team's sponge tank is standing on, if you have one on the team. And if the tank is standing behind the boss, aka where you are trying to be, it's best to just stand somewhere, just stand relative to where the tank is, opposite of them, because the boss is likely to turn around and attack the tank at any second, and if you're standing next to the tank, you're gonna get hit, right? So, next up, let's move on to ranged attackers. Honestly, ranged attackers don't have to pay too much attention to where they are, as long as they're just making sure they're not super close. I'm looking at you, Usapion B players, average Usapion B player, standing right up in the boss's face, and then wondering why you died. Seriously, just stay back. You have a range. You can attack from a distance. It's simple. I should not see you as Usapion B standing right in front of the boss's face, trying to give it a kiss or something. Like, come on, man. We're past that point. Come on, man. And if you're playing as a tank, then just make sure you're standing somewhere away from where the rest of your teammates are. As I explained earlier, there's a good chance that the boss is going to attack the sponge tank, in this case being you, and if anyone's standing beside of you, they're going to get hit as well, so try to make sure you're always standing somewhere that someone else isn't. Tip number 2, choose the right yokai and equipment for the mission. Now, I know not everyone has a wide variety of yokai and equipment to pick from, but for those that do, make sure you aren't going into, I don't know, say Ultra Golden Claws with an Arachneval or something, because pretty much anyone that's not that one Japanese YouTuber, Shineon, is going to be just a huge liability in that situation. Also, I apologize, I probably butchered that name. I'm deeply sorry, but what you should be doing is just make sure once you start going online more, just get like a few yokai that you use a lot, just level those up to like level 90 or something. You don't have to get them to level 99, because those last 9 levels are very expensive and provide very little in terms of stats compared to the price, so I can understand if you leave them at level 90 or so for a little bit, and just get some halfway decent equipment. I made a equipment guide for early, middle, and post-game, all kinds of tiers of equipment. Make sure to check that out. It'll be in the end screen of this video. But yeah, I honestly, I see a lot of people going into missions with equipment and yokai that really are gonna just perform very badly. But I don't know why. Maybe it's just the only thing they have, which that's understandable. Again, not everyone has a wide variety, but if you do have a wide variety, and I suggest you get yourself a little bit of variety, try to pick the best yokai you have for the mission. Just tap the chat button, say, "Wait a minute, I promise a lot of people are gonna be happy that they passed the mission, more so than they would be likely to kick you for taking too long." So yeah, pick the right yokai, pick the right equipment. Tip number 3, time your attacks. Now, I don't just mean timing when you attack, I mean timing the button presses as well, right? So if you time your button presses, it'll make dodging easier. I don't know how to explain how it makes it easier, but for some reason I just find myself able to dodge easier and way more consistently when I'm not spamming the button, the A button with triple attack, right? Like, assuming you have triple attack, you shouldn't be spamming it like tap 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 tap. You should be tapping it in a sort of rhythm. I personally tap it in a sort of tap 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 rhythm. Again, don't go tap 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 tap. That's just gonna lead to you getting hit a lot. If you're, let's see here. Timing your moves is a major healer. Okay, so what you want to do here, it's a little hard to explain, but you want to release the button to use your move around the time the boss is getting close to the end of their attack animation, but not after they've already finished the animation. If you are about to get it charged up fully, but it's not actually fully charged, just hold it. It's much better to hold it a few extra seconds than release it at the wrong time and you get hit and dying and your team has to revive you. It is way better to just wait. It's not a race. You have half an hour for every mission, except for like that one Devourer story mission, right? You have half an hour. The boss isn't going anywhere. You gotta calm down, okay? And just release it at the right time. And that's really all there is to it. Tip number 4, don't always use lock-on cam. Now, I know lock-on cam, I know this sounds counterintuitive, right? Like, it's lock-on cam, why wouldn't I use it? But it just gives you a worse camera angle, in my opinion at least. I mean, if you like the camera angle, it's fine, but I wouldn't recommend constantly using it. If the boss is like jumping from one side of the field to the other, like with Robonyan 28 or Hinozal, where he teleports all over the place, I'd recommend turning it on for like a split second so you can have the camera automatically facing them when they're over where they're landing, but after that I'd recommend turning it off. Having it off also allows you to do a maneuver where if you're charging a move and you think you need to dodge here in a split second, you can just turn your camera away from the boss so that you're not targeting anyone, release the button, and then get ready to press the dodge or fall back attack button. And you can't really do that with lock-on cam turned on, at least. So, yeah. Make sure, just try it. Honestly, just try it for a few missions, see how you like it, and if you don't like it, you can always turn it back on, right? Now, last but not least, check your teammates' equipment. Make sure before every mission, or at least not before every mission, but every time you get someone new or someone swaps a yokai, just take a moment to check what they're running, because chances are it's not what you think at all. There's a wide variety of different equipment and yokai people use, and there's a lot of different play styles and all that, and knowing how someone is going to play can help you make good decisions in a mission. So I'm going to go over a couple examples here in a second. I'll put them on the screen now. The camera on this new laptop is complete trash. I apologize. This is the only way I could. These are the clearest images I could get for these examples. I apologize in advance, but here's an example of a Macho Nyan, right? So Macho Nyan, you might expect, I don't know, maybe a standard build of like an Oni Smasher Sky, or maybe you think he's running like a Moonbeam or something. I don't know, some sort of physical build, but what you might not be expecting is that this one wants to be on low HP because, oh, what's that? He's got the rank 5 Rubius hammer that I constantly forget the name of. That boosts your attack when you're at low HP, and he's running a Buchinyan soul, so he gets an all stat boost as well when he's at low HP. So this Machonyan, if I'm playing as a healer, if I didn't check his stats or his equipment, I would be healing him and it would just be causing a whole lot of problems. But now that I know he wants to be on low HP, I can just say, okay, I'm not gonna heal this guy, I'll only stick to reviving them. Let's move on to who I like to call Tankamus, or at least that's what you might expect, because when you look, oh, what's this? He's running a Swordamus build. So he's running Moonbeam and Mermother Soul on Maximus. So that's interesting. Now, I might have seen, in predicting a Tankamus build, I might have been going like, oh, I'll play a little risky. Maybe I'll bring Tanbo this time, because I know I have one of the most unkillable yokai on my team. This dude can just revive me if I end up dying, but now, maybe I want to scale it back a bit. Maybe I want to run Chanson or something, so I get fallback attack for extra invincibility frames and all that, right? And here we have Drenchetta. Oh, this is helpful. Why is this helpful? Well, it lets you know that you need to kick this person out of your lobby. And with that, that is all I have to share with you all today. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more content, blasters and otherwise, and turn on notifications to be notified of when I upload. Bye, guys.